So you're ready to move past just kind of playing around with AI
Yeah.
and actually like build it into your business strategy. We're right there with you.
Yeah.
That's why we did this deep dive into the AI strategy playbook, Align, Stream, and Adapt,
Oh, yeah.
to try to pull out the most useful advice we could
Yeah.
for people in that spot.
It's a really insightful guide.
Right.
Especially, I think, because it helps avoid some of those biggest pitfalls
Yeah.
that businesses can fall into when they're trying to use AI effectively.
Totally. And this whole deep dive is all about helping you understand and apply the playbook's core frameworks.
Right.
Align, Stream, and Adapt.
Yep.
By the end, you should have a really clear path
Sure.
to integrate AI into your business without, getting lost in the hype.
Totally.
Ready to jump in.
Let's do it.
All right, first up is Align.
Okay.
This framework is all about making sure your AI efforts are actually serving your goals, not the other way around.
Right.
And the first step can feel a little counterintuitive.
Yeah.
It's all about hitting pause before you do anything else.
Oh, this is a good one.
Right.
This is where a lot of companies, I think, stumble right out of the gate.
Yeah.
There's so much excitement around AI
Oh, totally.
that people often jump straight in to buying the latest shiny new tool.
Right.
And that's a big mistake.
Huge.
It's like, walking into a grocery store
Yeah.
without a shopping list and just grabbing whatever looks cool.
Yeah.
You might end up with a bunch of ingredients that don't even go together.
Right. A bunch of kale and wasabi.
Exactly.
What are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
So instead of impulse buying AI tools,
Yeah.
we need a plan. And that starts with assessing what's already happening
Right.
in our businesses.
Yeah.
I get it. This can feel a little boring compared to playing with the latest AI chatbot or whatever.
Totally. But so crucial. I think of it this way.
Okay.
If you were hiring a new employee, you wouldn't just throw them into a random project without any training, right?
Yeah, of course not.
You'd first figure out, what skills does the company need?
Uh-huh.
What tasks need to be done?
Right.
How does this new person fit into the bigger picture?
Yep.
It's the same with AI.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So the assess phase is about understanding where AI can actually make a difference
Exactly.
in what we're already doing.
It's about identifying your biggest time sucks,
Okay.
those bottlenecks in your processes,
Yeah.
and the areas where AI could boost efficiency. Think about things like marketing, customer service, or operations.
Yeah.
Where are you spending most of your energy right now?
Right.
Are there tasks you could delegate to a very capable AI assistant?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know what we want to cook.
Okay.
We know AI is part of the recipe.
Yeah.
Now, how do we actually teach it to work in our kitchen?
Right.
I'm guessing that's where step 2 comes in, laying the foundation.
That's exactly right. And this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Think about how you train a new employee.
Yeah.
You'd explain the company culture, give them specific guidelines and workflows, make sure they understand your communication style.
Right.
AI needs that same level of guidance.
Right. AI needs that same level of guidance.
Okay, but AI isn't a human employee.
Right.
How do you actually train it?
Through what the playbook calls customized AI documents.
Okay.
Think of these as detailed instruction manuals for your AI tools.
Yeah.
You're creating prompts, guidelines, and workflows that clearly outline how AI should operate within your business.
The book gives a great example of this. Instead of just telling an AI writer, write me a marketing email, you can provide a detailed brief. Something like, write an email promoting our new product launch using our brand voice and marketing framework.
Yeah.
And include these 3 key points.
Right.
Make sure the tone is upbeat and encouraging, and structure it like this.
That's it.
The more specific you are in your instructions, the better your AI will understand your needs and deliver the results you want.
Okay.
It's all about setting it up for success from the start.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we've assessed our needs and
Right.
laid the foundation. What's next in the Align framework?
Well, now it's time to put things into action.
Okay.
That's step 3 implementation.
Ooh, this is where things start to feel real.
Yeah.
We're actually integrating AI into our daily operations. But how do we move beyond just using an AI tool here and there
Right.
and actually make it like part of our core workflow?
That's a great question, and it's where a lot of companies get stuck.
Yeah.
The key here is to think about true integration.
Okay.
So, imagine you're running email marketing campaigns. Instead of just using an AI writing tool to generate copy,
Yeah.
you're integrating it into your entire process.
Okay.
Maybe it suggests subject lines, personalizes messages based on customer data, and even helps you analyze campaign performance.
Okay.
It's about weaving AI into the fabric of your existing workflows.
So it's not just about replacing human tasks.
Right.
It's about amplifying what we can do.
Yeah.
Making us more efficient and effective.
Absolutely.
I'm liking this.
But the journey doesn't stop there.
Oh, no.
The next step, growth and optimization, is where things get really exciting.
Okay.
This is where you start to fine-tune your AI strategy, a bit like coaching a new team member to reach their full potential.
So what does that look like in practice?
Well, let's stick with our marketing example.
Okay.
You've got your AI integrated into your email campaigns, but now it's time to analyze the data.
Right.
How are those AI-generated subject lines performing? Are people engaging more with the personalized messages? You're looking at click-through rates, conversion rates, all those juicy metrics.
I love the juicy metrics that tell you what's working and what needs tweaking. So it's about constantly measuring the impact of AI.
Yes.
And making data-driven decisions to improve our strategy over time.
You got it.
I like it.
You might tweak your prompts, adjust your workflows,
Yeah.
even experiment with different AI tools to see what delivers the best results.
Cool.
It's a dynamic process of learning and refining.
So what's the final step in the A-line gene framework?
The final step is all about navigating AI's evolution.
Okay.
This field is changing so rapidly that it's not enough to simply implement AI and call it a day.
Right.
You need to be prepared for the long game.
I can see how that could feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
So much is changing all the time.
It's definitely a lot to keep up with, but it's also incredibly exciting.
Okay.
This final step is about staying curious, informed, and flexible. You're keeping an eye on new AI advancements, regularly revisiting your strategy, and being ready to adapt to new trends and challenges.
Makes sense. So we've got our AI aligned with our goals. We've set it up for success. And we're ready to adapt as the field evolves.
Right.
Now what?
Now we need to make this well-trained AI work like a well-oiled machine. And that's where Stream comes in.
All right, we're back and ready to dive into Stream.
Okay.
Which, as you said, is all about making AI work like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin with something like that?
The first step might surprise you.
Yeah, okay.
It's all about simplification.
I'll admit, that's not the first thing that comes to mind when I think about AI.
Right.
It all seems so complex.
It is complex under the hood, but the playbook makes a great point, I think.
Yeah.
We often make things more complicated than they need to be. And AI actually thrives in a simplified environment with clear instructions and streamlined processes.
So instead of throwing a giant, complicated problem at AI, we need to break it down into smaller, more manageable steps.
Precisely.
Okay.
So let's say you're using AI to help you write blog posts. Instead of just saying, write a blog post about X topic, you create a clear structure or template for the AI to follow.
Okay.
You might specify the key points to cover, the desired tone, and even provide examples of similar content.
I guess it's kind of like teaching AI how to bake a cake by giving it a very detailed recipe instead of just saying, make me a cake.
I like that analogy.
And the simplification process doesn't just apply to individual tasks, right?
No.
It's about looking at our entire workflow and finding ways to streamline and optimize.
Right.
Are there any unnecessary steps we can cut?
Exactly.
Are there processes that could be automated with the help of AI?
That's it.
Okay, so we've simplified things.
Yeah.
Our AI is humming along.
Okay.
What's next?
Well, now it's time to make sure it's actually working the way it's supposed to.
Oh.
That brings us to step 2.
Right.
Tracking and measuring performance.
Makes sense. We don't want to just assume AI is doing a good job.
Right.
We need to actually see the results and make sure they're aligned with our goals.
Exactly. And that's where data comes in.
Okay.
The playbook emphasizes the importance of setting clear benchmarks for AI performance.
Right.
Maybe you're tracking conversion rates for marketing campaigns, customer response times for your support team, or efficiency gains in your operations.
Right.
The key is to be able to measure the impact of AI in a tangible way.
I can see how this would be critical. You know, you're not just relying on gut feelings or assumptions. You're making data-driven decisions about your AI strategy. But wouldn't it be difficult to measure something as complex as AI performance?
Well,
where do you even start?
You start by asking the right questions.
Okay.
What are the key performance indicators, KPIs,
Yeah.
for the tasks you've delegated to AI?
Right.
How will you know if the AI is making a positive impact? Once you have those questions in mind,
Okay.
you can choose the right metrics and tools to track progress.
So it's all about having a clear measurement strategy from the beginning.
Yeah.
What happens once we've got our tracking in place?
Then it's on to step 3.
Right.
Refine and automate.
Ooh.
This is where you really start to see the power of AI
Yeah.
to take those repetitive tasks off your plate.
This is what everyone's excited about, the
Yeah.
automation. But I'm curious.
Yeah.
Are we talking about full-blown automation here? Or are there still humans in the loop?
It depends on the specific task and your level of comfort with AI.
Okay.
But the goal is to find that sweet spot where AI is handling the repetitive
Yeah.
or time-consuming parts of a process,
Right.
freeing up humans to focus on the things that require creativity, strategy, and critical thinking.
The book talks about AI not as a replacement for human jobs,
Right.
but as a way to augment them.
Yeah.
It's making us more efficient and productive
Exactly.
by handling those tasks that kind of bog us down.
Think about all the time you could save
Yeah.
if AI could handle things like scheduling meetings,
Right.
answering routine customer questions.
No. Or generating reports.
Yeah.
That's time you could spend on higher level tasks,
Right.
like building relationships, developing new products, or strategizing for the future.
Okay, so we've simplified our processes. We're tracking performance. We're starting to automate.
Yeah.
What's the final step in Stream?
The final step is execute and scale.
Ooh. So all our hard work is paying off,
Right.
and AI is doing its thing. Does that mean we just sit back and relax?
Not exactly.
Oh,
Remember, AI is a system, not a magic wand.
right.
You still need to be involved monitoring performance, making adjustments as needed,
Yeah.
and ensuring that the AI is working as intended.
Okay.
You're still the conductor of the orchestra, even if you're not playing every instrument.
So we're not completely hands-off,
Right.
but AI is handling a lot of the heavy lifting,
Yeah.
allowing us to focus on the bigger picture. And that's how we can start to scale our businesses in a way that wouldn't have been possible before.
That's the idea. I can see how this framework would be a game changer for so many businesses.
It absolutely can be, but
Right.
it's important to remember that the business world is constantly changing.
Yeah, that's true.
What happens when the market shifts?
Right.
Or our goals evolve?
Yeah.
How do we adapt our AI strategy to keep up?
That's a really important question.
It is.
And it's exactly what the ADAPT framework is all about.
Exactly.
You've aligned our AI, we've got it streaming along.
Right.
But as you said, the business world is rarely static.
Yeah.
How do we make sure our AI strategy doesn't become obsolete
Right.
when things inevitably change?
That's where ADAPT comes in.
Okay.
It's a framework designed to help us navigate those shifts and make sure our AI is still serving us,
Yeah.
even as the landscape evolves.
So it's like having a built-in course correction
Yeah.
for our AI strategy.
That's a good way to put it.
I like it.
Yeah.
But where do we even start?
Right.
How do we even know when it's time to adapt?
Well, the first step is taking an honest look at the current situation.
Okay.
We need to assess what's working, what's not, and whether our initial assumptions still hold true.
Right.
The playbook outlines some great questions to guide this assessment.
Okay.
Things like what's working and what's not.
Yeah.
Are there any external factors that have shifted the market?
Mm-hmm.
Are our goals still relevant?
Those are such important questions. And I think it's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day
It's true.
and forget to take a step back
Yeah.
and really evaluate.
We can become so focused on execution
Right.
that we lose sight of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
But that bigger picture is crucial, especially in a field like AI,
Right.
where things are changing so rapidly.
Yeah, it's moving so fast.
If we're not paying attention to those shifts,
Yeah.
we risk falling behind.
Okay, so we've assessed the situation.
Right.
Maybe we've realized that some things need to change.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Well, that brings us to the pivotal question.
Okay.
Do we stick with our current AI strategy, or is it time to pivot?
Ooh, that's a big one.
And that's where things can get tricky.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the playbook offers some more guidance here,
Okay, good.
with questions like, what are the risks and benefits of changing direction? Do we have the resources to pivot?
Right.
Will this move help our long-term vision?
These questions really force us to think strategically
Yes.
about how AI fits into our overall goals. It's not just about chasing shiny objects or blindly following the latest trends.
Yeah.
It's about making smart decisions that support our vision for the future.
Exactly. And if we decide it is time to change direction,
Okay.
then the next step in ADAPT is to align the new plan.
So I imagine this is about getting everyone on board
It is.
with a new strategy.
Yep.
Our team and the AI systems we're using.
That's a big part of it.
Okay.
You're communicating the new direction, reallocating resources if necessary,
Right.
and making sure everyone understands how the changes will impact their work.
Yeah.
You're also retraining your AI is needed.
Okay.
Adjusting your prompts, guidelines, and workflows to match the new strategy.
So it sounds like there's a lot of coordination involved.
There is, but it's worth it to ensure everyone is moving in the same direction.
Right.
Once we have that alignment in place, it's time for step 4, prototype and test.
So we're not just jumping in head first with a brand new AI strategy.
Right.
We're testing the waters first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's much smarter to roll out a smaller version of the new plan, gather data and feedback, and analyze the results before fully committing.
I see.
Think of it as a pilot program for your AI strategy.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see how this would help mitigate risk.
It does.
And make sure we're on the right track before making big changes.
It's a critical step. And if the tests are successful, showing promising results, then we can move on to the final step of 8AP.
Right.
Transform and scale.
This is where we take those learnings from our prototype and apply them to the full rollout of our new AI strategy.
Precisely. You're implementing the changes across your business, monitoring results, making adjustments, ultimately using AI to scale your operations.
Right.
In a sustainable way. It's the culmination of the entire ADPT process.
So to recap, we've covered 3 powerful frameworks today.
We have.
A-Line Stream and Adapt.
Yep.
Each one plays a crucial role in helping us integrate AI into our businesses strategically and make sure it continues to work for us as the world changes.
That's the goal.
It's been an incredible deep dive.
I agree. And I think the most important takeaway from all of this is that AI is a system, not just a tool.
Right.
It requires careful planning, implementation, and adaptation.
Yeah.
It's like any other business strategy.
That's such a crucial point. AI isn't a magic bullet. It's a powerful resource that needs to be carefully managed and directed.
Absolutely.
But if we do it right, the possibilities are truly limitless.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as you go forward, think about your own business and the processes you're already using. Where could AI fit in?
Right.
What small experiment could you run to test its potential?
Start small.
We've given you the frameworks, the questions to ask. Now it's up to you to take that next step and see how AI can transform your business.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Love it.
The future AI is in your hands.
Until next time, keep diving deep.